Hello everyone, thank you for joining us for this workout today. Hope everybody's doing great today. As always, have a chair available to you and then a door or a doorway or a wall for us to push against. Throughout all these movements, always remember it's self-regulated, so go where you feel good, all right? So don't take anything to the point of pain. If we're going through a movement and I tell you to ramp up the intensity a little bit and it starts to feel a little too much, then back it down a little bit. If you tend to get any cramping in any of these movements, just get up, let the cramping dissipate, come back and join us where we're at, all right? Okay, so let's go ahead and grab our sticks. Let's get those feet warmed up. Okay, let's take our feet, let's set up about shoulder width apart, sticks right in front of the toes, middle toes, and then slide them forward about 10 inches or so. Let's get our hang on. So this morning, let's take our rope grip at the top and drop. So as we hang, we are letting our arm lines take that load. Slowly bring your heels up and back down. Decelerate slowly. Imagine you're coming down on eggshells. Feet back, heels back up and back down. Back up. Back down. One more. Back up. Hold that position so our toes are in extension. Remember, watch out to center that weight. And now we're going to work that frontal or lateral shifting. So let's shift all your weight to your right. So we're on your right arm, your right little toe, your left big toe. Keep the knees facing forward, so no rotation in the hips. Look down and see, make sure your knees are facing forward. Now just roll laterally through the balls of the feet. So now we're on your left arm. The sticks are shifting a little bit. We're on your left little toe, right big toe. Shift to the right. Shift left. Once again, make sure those knees are facing forward. Keep the weight on the arm. Your left arm should be taking a good amount of weight right now. One more to each side. So we're waking up that grip, waking up those arm lines. Remember, hanging is a pretty vital key to overall shoulder health, so make sure you're getting some hanging in on a daily basis. That doesn't mean pull-ups, that just means straight hanging. All right, so now let's take I'll take a little side profile so you can see what's going on here. I'm gonna set my feet about shoulder width apart, all right? Sticks are in 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock. Hands are just about below sternum level. So here's your sternum. Bring the hands down just a little bit lower than that. Elbows are at about 90 degrees. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to bring both heels up. All right? And from here, I'm going to push the sticks down into the floor at about 40% tension, 40 to 50% tension. Don't lean on the sticks, just actively push them down into the ground. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to work on coordination and foot activation in through your oblique slings that you would use while you're walking. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the right arm, as we're pushing the sticks down, I'm going to extend the right arm forward, pulling the left back, and then dropping the right heel. Now I'm going to switch. I'm going to bring the right heel up. I'm going to bring the left heel down. I'm moving the left hand forward, and I'm pulling the right shoulder back. So I'm going to go nice and slow to start with, just so you can get the coordination down. We want to keep our weight right where it's at, so we don't want to be shifting forward or backward. And as you do this, you should start to really feel that oblique sling and your vertical core structure undergoing some stress changes. So once again, left heel down, left hand forward, right heel up, left arm back. Now start to switch. So this takes timing, so we're sequencing the timing. Breathe. So right now my right heel is going down, left heel is up, my right arm is forward, and my left shoulder blade is retracting. So now let's pick up the pace a little bit. Breathe. Let's do a couple more. One more. And relax. Nice. Okay. Let's get some rotation into that spine. So let's go into that horse stance. So remember, a horse stance is a wide base with the feet. I'm here in a tall standing position. I'm just going to drop my hips down, my butt down about 2 inches towards the floor. I want a nice, tall, vertical core structure. Head is stacked over shoulders, shoulders stacked over your hips. This is not a horse stance, so no leaning forward. Get that butt underneath you. Right now, you should be feeling the glutes turned on and your pelvic floor should be activated. Extend those arms. Stick is parallel to the floor at sternum level. Do not turn the hips and do not turn your head. So lock in on a focal point straight in front of you. And now take the stick and move the stick to your left. Breathe. Try to corkscrew the floor with your feet. So that means my right foot is trying to turn the floor clockwise and my left foot's trying to turn the floor counterclockwise. Do not let those hips turn. You should actually feel your left glute trying to prevent rotation right now, driving into the floor. Now rotate to the right. Once again, keep your eyes focused forward. You're not turning your head. We're getting what we call that disassociation between your lumbar, low back, and your hips, and your thoracic spine, and your neck. Move the stick to the left. Make sure you're breathing. Move the stick to the right. Breathe. Left. You should feel that reflexive shortening of the stick. Like you're trying, it's a 6-foot stick, you're trying to make it 5.5 feet. Now, this time, let your head turn. So we're going to the left, and you're looking to see where you're rotating. But once again, we're going to disassociate between your lumbar, spine, and your hips. So don't let those hips turn. You're still trying to corkscrew that floor. That brings tension into the hips and a little bit more activation. Left. Your glutes should be engaged. Your glutes are actually trying to prevent rotation of the hips right now. Now, this time as we go left, let your hips turn. But don't let the feet leave the floor. Now you should get a little bit more rotation. Right? So my left hip is turned, but my left foot is staying on the floor. You should feel that torque that the foot is generating into the floor when you try to keep it attached to the floor. You're going to feel that torque up through the foot, ankle, knee, and hip. One more to the right. Now, full rotation. Corkscrew that right foot into the floor. I'm rotating to the left. I have maximal extension through the right toes, right ankle, right knee, and right hip. Come back to center. Stop. Come to a full pause. So that way that right foot is now planted. Now take that left foot, corkscrew it into the floor, and rotate yourself to the right. Full extension through the left toes, left ankle, left knee, and left hip, and fully rotate. Let the head turn, let the spine turn, let the hips turn. Come back to center. Readjust your feet. If your feet start to slide out a little bit, bring them back in a little bit. All right? Okay, ready? One more each side. We're going to the left. Take that right foot. I'm tapping my right foot. Push it into the floor and corkscrew that floor. Don't just lift the heel. Actually corkscrew the floor. So full extension through the right toes, right ankle, knee, and hip. Turn that body. Imagine you're like a washcloth and you're trying to wring it out with all that water, okay? Ready? Full stop. Left foot, I'm tapping my left foot, corkscrew it into the floor and turn. Breathe. Full inhale, full exhale. Back to center and relax. Now, overhand grip. Let's get those shoulders to wake up. Let's get that scapula moving. Horse stance, butt down, pelvis tucked. Make sure the pinkies are engaged with the stick. So start wider, because if your shoulder mobility is good, you can always bring it in closer. Hands do not start sliding along the stick. Ready? Pull apart on that stick at about 30% tension to 40% tension. Pull. Elbow stays straight and slowly go overhead. And hold. Breathe. Elbow straight. No forward head protrusion, so keep your head over your shoulders. Bring the stick back to your starting position. When you see the stick in your peripheral line of sight, push in on the stick, shorten the stick. Your anterior or your front arm line, your chest, should be compressing. Ready? Rep 2. Ready? Pull. 40-50% tension this time, a little bit more. Come overhead and hold. Elbow stays straight. Breathe. Keep the ribs to the hips, so don't get into that lumbar extension. Breathe. Come back overhead. When you see the stick in your peripheral line of sight, push in. Shorten that stick. Anterior arm line's working. Ready? One more. Pull. Breathe. Come back overhead. We're trying to go a little bit farther each time. Hold, ribs to hips. So avoid that excessive lumbar extension. Breathe. You should feel your abs trying to resist that extension. Come back overhead, keep pulling. When you see the stick in your peripheral line of sight, push in, shorten that stick. And relax. All right. Let's grab both sticks. Let's get a little internal, external rotation in today, all right? Get those hips fired up. Feet together, sticks at 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock. Hands are chest level. Bottom of the sticks are slightly angled towards you. Drive those sticks into the floor, 50-60% tension. Bring that left hip up into flexion. We're gonna go maximal flexion right now. So the right hip is an extension. My left foot is driving into the floor. My left glute is talking to me because it's working to keep that left hip in extension. Let's go internal rotation, tap. And let's go external rotation, tap. Internal, your left hip stays nice and still. So as I'm moving back and forward from internal to external, this left hip is not helping out. It has to be a stable platform for me to really understand where my range of motion is right now. If you have trouble getting to one stick, then simply move that stick in closer to your midline. One more of each. Nice tall spine and relax. Okay, other side, ready? Drive those sticks into the floor, 50-60% tension. You should feel your deep front line. Breathe. Bring that left hip up into maximal flexion. Right hip stays in maximal extension. Internal rotation. External. Remember, your upper leg bone, your left femur or your upper leg bone is staying exactly in the middle. It's not traveling side to side right now. You can use your eyes. You can look straight down at your leg and see that it's staying centered. One more to each side. Back to center and relax. Okay, now let's work those abduction, adduction movements. Ready? Push the sticks into the floor, 50-60% tension. Bring your right hip up into flexion so that your right foot is just about a foot off the floor. And now move the whole leg out to the side. So your upper and lower leg bones are staying stacked on top of each other. And push. Push that leg into the stick and slide up. Nice tall spine. Slide down. Slide up. Slide down. One more. Slide up. Slide down. Good. Now move the foot to the outside of the stick and push in. So now your instep is driving in. Slide up. You should be able to feel those adductors working. 1. We go 4 reps. 2 more. You should feel that left glute working pretty hard too, because it's trying to keep you on a nice stable. It's the only thing it's contact with the ground right now, other than the sticks. And relax. Ready? Here we go. Push. 50-60% tension. Bring that left hip up into flexion so that the foot's just about a foot off the floor. And push it out to the side. And slide up. You're driving that side of the foot into the stick. Up. Nice tall spine, no flexion. But don't lean back either. There's a lot of compensations that may take place. Try to feel, increase your body awareness. 1 more. All right, let's move the foot to the outside. Pull in. One of the biggest things that we'll see is lack of body awareness. A lot of people don't realize they're doing what they're doing. 2 more. You're pushing that instep in against the stick. 1 more. And relax. Okay, let's go ahead and put 1 stick down. All right. Now, let's use that door jamb. So, facing the door jamb, let's take the stick, place it on your left hip. We're going to place the end of the stick inside against the door jamb so you can push against it. What I want you to do is center the door jamb in line with your spine. So your door jamb should be at 12 o'clock. We're going to go overhand grip on both hands. As we do that, you should already feel a little bit of rotation taking place. Now, what we're going to do, our mission here, is to push that door jamb to the left. Ready? And push. So that right hand is really driving this motion right now. Turn that right hip. Breathe. Ease off. Bring your hips back to center. So square the hips up. Ready? And push. Exhale. Turn that right hip. Breathe. Feet should be really engaged with the ground right now. And relax. Let's go 1 more rep. So you're finding right now that your right hand is actively pushing and your left hand is reflexively pulling. Ready? And push. Breathe. Full inhale. Full exhale. And relax. Let's switch to the other side. So now, if you're in a doorway, just shift to the other side of the doorway. So now the left end of the stick, or you're on the inside part of that door jamb. The stick is on the right hip. Overhand grip on both hands. Look straight ahead. Hips are square. Ready? And push. Breathe. Ease off. Square your hips back to center. Ready? Rep 2. Here we go. Ready? Push. Turn that left hip. Breathe. Full inhale, full exhale. Ease off. 1 more rep. Here we go. Ready? And push. Breathe. Full inhale, full exhale. And relax. Excellent. Now, Let's change it up. So now that helped push us into rotation. Now we're going to work on pulling out of rotation, or the opposite direction. So place the stick on the left hip. We're still on that inside part of the door jamb, because now instead of pushing, we're going to pull. So you want to put that stick on the inside part of the door jamb. We're going to rotate the hips. So get to your end point of the exercise that we just did. All right, so the end point of the previous drill is now your starting point for this drill. So my hips are in rotation to the left, ready? And now pull. And I'm trying to bring my hips back to center. So I have active pull on the right arm line, reflexive push on the left. Ease off. So now I have my hips back to the starting position, rotated to the left, ready? Exhale and pull. Breathe. Hips are trying to get to square, or get to facing 12 o'clock. Ease off. Ready? One more rep. Here we go. Ready? And pull. Breathe. And relax. Let's switch sides. So now the stick is back on my right side. I'm turning my hips to the left. Overhand grip on both hands. Ready? Exhale and pull. And you're pulling your hips back to 12 o'clock so that your hips are square facing that door jamb in front of you. Active pull on the left arm, reflexive push on the right. Ease off. Ready? And pull. Breathe. Ease off. Ready? One more. Here we go. Ready? And pull. Breathe. Ease off. And relax. Take a little rest. Now, next thing we're going to do is we're going to act like we're fishing. So we're going to do some casting, and then we're going to, that fish is going to bite, so we got to pull that back. So here's the top of your door jamb. Place the stick on the top, so it's on the front end of the door jamb. Set your feet apart, staggered stance. So I'm going to set a wider base with my feet, and then I'm going to just step my right foot back right now. So the right end of the stick is angled, so I don't want it at 12 o'clock. Let's bring that over more towards the right side of the door jamb. Overhand grip on both hands. Ready? Exhale and push. So the right hand is pushing forward. The left hand is reflexively pulling. Nice tall spine. You should feel those feet really driving into the floor, especially that back foot. Ease off. So you should be feeling what we call that anterior oblique sling from that right pec down to that left hip. Ready? And again, push. Remember, we're not leaning forward into the stick. We're trying to actually just extend that right arm. Breathe. Relax. One more. Ready? Push. Breathe. And relax. Now, switch sides. We're moving the stick to the left side of the door jamb, top of the door jamb. Shift over a little bit to your right. Take about a shoulder width stance on the feet, and then just slide your left foot back just a little bit. Overhand grip on both hands. Ready? And exhale, push. You're trying to extend that left arm forward. Push. And relax. And one anterior sling doesn't work as well as the other. So you probably just discovered that. Ready? Exhale and push. It's harder to generate that force on one of your anterior slings. Breathe. Ease off. And that's all because of our movement patterns that we'd like to get used to. Ready? And push. Breathe. Full inhale, full exhale, and relax. So now you just got done casting that rod out there, right? Got the bait out there. Now the fish bites, now you got to pull that bad boy in. So let's go back to the right side. Place the stick on the inside part of the door jamb so you can pull against it. Same position. Take your feet about shoulder width and slightly just move that right foot back. Same hand position, right hand just about chest level. Ready? And so my arm is almost fully extended. Pull. Try not to lean back as you pull though. And what you're going to feel is you're going to feel that left foot driving into the floor. You've got right arm pulling, left arm reflexively pushing, and relax. So that's your posterior oblique sling from the back of your right shoulder into all the way down to your left butt cheek. Ready? Here we go. Exhale, pull. Remember, try not to lean back. And relax. One more rep. Ready? Pull. Breathe. And relax. Let's move to the opposite side. Stick is inside on that left inside part of the door jamb. Step that left foot back just a little bit, not a lot. Ready? Left arm is almost fully extended. Ready? And pull. Try not to shift your weight. Pull. And relax. Ready? 2 more reps. Pull. And relax. One more time. Ready? Here we go. Pull. Whew. And relax. Nicely done, everybody. Ooh, those uphill sprints that I did yesterday are getting to me. Wow. All right. Now, we're going to target the QL and your lower lateral tissue right through here. You're going to feel this up into the upper tissue, but this area is where we want to try to focus on this stretch. All right? So, have your chair, grab your chair, and have a seat on the edge. Your sits bones are on the chair. And now what we're going to do is we're going to slide over to the right so that just your left sits bone is on the chair. Your right butt cheek is actually hanging off the seat. Right from here, this just hanging out here, gravity will start to pull this down because it's unsupported. So if you have an imbalance in the hips, where one hip is sitting up a little bit higher than the other, this is the nice, easy, passive thing that you can do just to let gravity actually stretch that out. But we're going to start to open it up a little bit more. All right? So now from here, we want to take that stick, we want to move it into the right tissue line here. Oh, sorry, actually, whoops, I take that back. So we're going to move that to the left side. Left arm up at the top, okay? From here, we're going to push that stick down about 30% tension, and now move the stick to your right side. And now what we're going to do is we're going to reach for that corner. Oh, actually, sorry, I apologize, my bad. Got this mixed up. We're going to move it to the right side. So we're going to move that right hand over. We're going to move the stick over to the left. Now take that left hand and just slide down and reach. So as you bring that right hand over, you're going to feel that opening up through the right lat. And now as you take that left hand, you're reaching down. And make sure that right wrist is flexing in. So you feel that? So don't go into extension on the wrist, go into flexion on the wrist. So you're kind of turning the stick in towards you. And as you're reaching, actively reaching down with that left hand, push into the stick a little bit. And you're going to start to feel that all through that area that we just targeted. Ease off. Bring the stick back to your 1 o'clock position. Ready? Let's do that again. About 30% tension pushing the stick into the floor. You're going to feel this lat engage. Pull the stick across your body. And now take that left hand and reach down. You're actively trying to reach. Imagine you're trying to reach for the bottom of that stick. Flex that wrist towards you. So your knuckles should be turning in toward your head. Reach. Breathe. So your right butt cheek is dropping towards the floor. And you're trying to reach with that left hand down towards the end of that right stick. Or your right instep. Come back up. And let's go one more. Push, light tension. Bring the stick across your body. Take that left hand and reach down. Breathe. Full inhale, full exhale. Give that stick a little push with that left hand right as you're reaching. And relax. Now let's slide over. So just your right butt cheek is on the bench. Your left butt cheek is off the bench. Place the stick against the left instep. Hand is just about top of the head level here, maybe a little bit higher. Push the stick into the floor, about 30% tension. Bring the stick across to your right. Now take that right hand, place it on the stick and reach down towards the bottom of the stick, towards your left instep. Take the left wrist and flex it towards you. Breathe. And remember, give that stick a little push with that right hand as you're reaching down towards the floor, especially when you get to your end range. Ease off. We're going to do 2 more reps. Here we go. About 30% tension into the floor. Pull the stick across your body. Reach with that right hand. Flex that wrist towards you on that left wrist. And give that stick a little push, just a little, with that right hand. Ease off. One more time. Here we go. Bring the stick across your body. Take that right hand, reach down towards that left foot, towards the left instep, flexing that left wrist towards you. Give that stick a little push with that right hand when you get to your end range. Breathe. Full inhale, full exhale. And relax. Remember, you should have been feeling that right in through this area. One side is definitely going to be a little bit tighter than the other side. All right? Okay. Now, let's take the hamstrings, single stick. Let's go right hamstring first, foot up on top of the bench. Stick is going to be at 12 o'clock position. Hands just about chest level or sternum level, right about there. Right ankle is dorsiflex, so we can't have extension. We want to pull these toes towards the shin. Nice tall position. Push the stick into the floor, about 30% tension, and hinge. Push the butt backwards. Keep your back flat, okay? You actually don't have to hinge that far, especially since we're up in an elevated position, to get that stretch in that hamstring. So as we're stretching the hamstring, we're really actually also working single leg stability here. But we have that stick there as an added stability point. Push that right heel down into that top of that seat. So push that down into the chair. Externally rotate. Internally rotate. Breathe. Externally rotate. If you have trouble staying up in this position, grab your other stick. So use 2 sticks to help keep you up and add that extra stability. One more to each position. One more external. One more internal. Remember, you're driving that heel down into the chair at about 30% tension. Back to center and come back up. So if you need that added stability, then you're just using 2 sticks. Same position. All right? Okay. Left foot up. Dorsiflex that ankle, so bring these toes to the shin. Stick at 12 o'clock, switch hands. So right hand should be on top. Hands just about chest or sternum level. Push the stick into the floor, 30% tension, and hinge. So you're pushing your butt backwards, pushing the stick forward just a little bit. Keep your back flat. Your back cannot get rounded. We don't want rounding in that lumbar or thoracic spine. Push the left heel down into the floor, into the seat. Push. And now external rotation, internal rotation. External, internal. External, internal. One more of each. External, internal. Back to center. And relax. Nice. Okay. Let's grab 2 sticks for this one. Let's open up this anterior tissue line right through here again. We're going to add some rotation in. So, let's step away from the seat or the chair a little bit. Sticks at 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock. We're going to place our right foot up on top of the seat. So the top of the foot is there. Okay? So if you need to step out a little bit further, go ahead and step out a little bit further. Hands just about chest level. We're going to push the sticks into the floor, about 30% tension. And now we're pushing the top of this right foot down into the seat at about 30% tension. Breathe. Squeeze the glutes and give me a posterior pelvic tuck. Breathe. Full inhale, full exhale. And relax. Okay, so that was my side profile. So now I'm going to move here to the front so you can see what's going on here. Same setup, nothing's changed for you guys. I'm just changing my perspective so you can see what's going on. Okay, ready? 30% tension, push the sticks into the floor, push the top of the right foot down into the bench. Breathe. Squeeze the glutes, posterior pelvic tuck. Pull your neck into extension. Breathe and move the sticks to the left. Turn your head also. Squeezing the glutes. You should be feeling that resonating all the way down the front of the right leg. Bring your arms back to center. Now, let's reach up. So now we're automatically lengthening the anterior line just simply by reaching the arms up. Remember, increasing the anterior angle here. So if the arms are here, we go here, you can automatically feel how this increases length. Here we go. Push the sticks into the floor, 30% tension. Push the top of the right foot down into the chair, 30% tension. Squeeze the glutes, give me a posterior pelvic tuck. Pull your neck into extension, but not the lumbar spine. So we're just lengthening the front of the neck. And now move the sticks to the left. Breathe. Back to center. And relax. Okay, now we got to do the left side. Here we go. We're going to go through all those same stages. So let's bring your arms down about chest level again. Bring your left foot up. Place the top of the left foot on the seat. Okay, here we go. Sticks at 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock. Push the sticks into the floor, about 30% tension. pushing the top of the left foot down into the seat at 30% tension. Squeeze that glute, squeeze the glutes and tuck the pelvis. Posterior pelvic tuck. So remember, that means the bottom of the hips are rolling forward. You're trying to pull the top of the hips back. Breathe. Full inhale, full exhale. You should be feeling that down through the front of the left leg. Ease off. Okay, ready? Here we go. Push. Squeeze that glute, squeeze the glutes, tuck the pelvis, pull the neck into extension. Stay out of the lumbar spine. And now move the sticks to the right. Let your head go to the right. You should feel that matriculating or moving down to that left leg. Back to center. Ease off. Move those arms up. Okay, automatically lengthening that, right? Here we go. Pushing the sticks into the floor about 30% tension. Pushing the top of the left foot down into the seat at 30% tension. Squeeze the glutes, tuck the pelvis. Let your head go into extension, neck. Breathe. And now move the sticks to the right. Breathe. Full inhale, full exhale. Back to center. And relax. Good. Okay. Let's finish with our slap shot. I guess I should move this back a little bit. Okay. Here we go. Stick across the low back, wide base with the feet. Stick is parallel with the floor. Arms are extended, no flexion in the elbows. Here we go. Hinge. Push that butt straight back. Keep that back straight. Head stays facing 12 o'clock. Take the left end of the stick. I'm tapping my hand right here. Bring the stick down and across your front. Across your midline. When you get to your end range where you don't have to shift your weight or move your hips, then place the stick on the floor. Breathe. Lightly pull apart on that stick. So the right hand is driving up towards the ceiling, left hand is pushing down towards the floor. And now lunge to your left leg. Sink into that left hip. Lunge to your right leg. Remember, your feet are staying in contact with the ground, so we're not letting the feet leave the floor at all. Lunge back to your left. Sink into that left hip. Keep pushing the butt backwards though. Sink to your right hip. One more of each. Left hip. Right hip. Back to center. Bring the stick up. Let's finish with the right side. Here we go. So I'm tapping that right hand, staying in that hinge position. Bring that right side down and across. Remember, end range is where you don't have to shift your hips or turn the hips. Pull apart on that stick, 30% tension. Pull. Lunge to the right leg. Lunge to the left. Lunge right. Oh, got a little free adjustment in my hip there. That felt good. Lunge to the left. Breathe. One more of each. Lunge to the right hip. Breathe. Lunge to the left. Come back to center. and ease up. Nicely done today, everybody. Great job. Remember, as always, we'll see you back here Saturday morning. Q&A session on Sunday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., so 1 hour. Have your questions lined up. If you want to send them in ahead of time, we'd be really appreciative of that. And so remember, as always, check out our YouTube channels. Please subscribe. We really appreciate your support there. These workouts will be uploaded to the YouTube channel. We will be going to YouTube Live. I had some issues this morning on doing that. I'm not the most technologically advanced guy, just saying. So please feel free to check out stickmobility.com. As always, we have our podcast episodes coming out. We just released a new one yesterday. Being creative at home with your workouts. Start getting that brain to think about how can I train in non-conventional ways, right? So until next time, until Saturday morning, everybody out there, be safe, be well, and be good to each other. Peace.